Hi guys, my name is Shedy Elisha and this is Get Inspired on I Am Best TV. And today we will be meeting an amazing woman who has done so much for herself and for little children and the society at large. She has shown consistency and perseverance in all she has been doing. So join us as we go there. Keep watching I Am Best TV.
From Delta State. Business started in 2010. I came from Lagos 2007 and viewing the environment around, and because it's a dream all the way from Lagos, viewing the environment, I've looked at the whole schools. I didn't see it a place I would be able to work. So I decided to start the school 2010. I think I started it around June 2010. Yes, in my parlor. Well, nothing is worth starting if you are not ready to continue. So continuation is key in anything you're doing, whether business or education, whatever you intend to do. You know, since the Bible says whatever we find our hands find doing, we should do it with all our hearts. So in the first place, if you are not ready to continue, then there's no need to start. You know, I started the business, and because I had a dream, I love children. I have great passion for children. I decided to see the business grow despite the challenges that have come my way. I just decided that this business has to grow no matter what is going on, no matter what is happening, no matter the challenges, no matter the problems. I just decided that the business it has come to stay. SGR is Shekinah Glory Resources. Okay, like I said, I started the business in my parlor. Then opposite Verbin Secondary School. Verbin is not far from here. Opposite Verbin Secondary School, I started because I actually needed to grow in a gradual process. I didn't plan to just start everything, maybe from nursery to secondary all at the same time, all at once. So I decided to start gradually with a crèche. I was babysitting. Let me just call it so. I was babysitting, you know, bringing children to my parlor. I started with Verbin's teachers' children. Okay, with my neighbor's daughter first. I started with my neighbor's daughter, who should by now be in SS2. Then others, teachers' children from Verbin school joined us in the house then. So I started with like 6 children in the house. I was carrying the children all alone until I decided that the place was like, the work was getting too demanding and stressful for me, no time to rest. So I decided to bring in one person, a nanny, to assist me. And actually starting, I didn't just start and say, let me carry children and babysit them. I had hands-on things that will enable the children learn. My husband traveled to Ghana then and brought me a bag of toys. So with those toys, we were able to learn the children, those small, 3 months. My neighbor's child was not up to 3 months. So we started playing with those toys, those materials on the ground, crawling here and there. And most times my husband will even come from work and see that his house is scattered with the children around. I was like, why is the house scattered? You are seeing what is happening, so no need to ask that kind of question. Why is the house scattered? And we kept on going until we were given quit notice in that house. We needed to move out. And we got a house, an apartment, opposite MTN office. If you know where MTN office is, while you were coming, I think you saw MTN office. We got an apartment there, like a place to stay, not even to establish a school, because it was still crèche. It was still in that crèche level as at then, babysitting. So we moved there. But thanks to God, who has all things arranged, the pastor that came to dedicate the place and to pray on it advised my husband then and myself that we should use the place solely for school. So while we were contemplating on that, the owner of the house where we live in, the residence we were living, reverted the quit notice to increment of rent. And the pastor advised, now that they've increased the rent, why not just stay there? That this school is not just going to be what it is, so the school will grow and we'll start looking for space. So instead of looking for a place for the school, let's leave the school here and pay the rent of that place. And we obeyed. We paid the rent of that place and we started out there. And then the children increased that term. The children increased to, that was September, they increased to 10. So I would say we were then 10. We started the school with 10 pupils. The 10 of them moved on. Within the session, others came in. You know, since we were like crèche specialists, people knew us as crèche. Even now, some people still, okay, while we're still there, people still call us crèche. They thought it's only a crèche. Because while the school is on, we don't open the gate down. The place is always shut. So people didn't see it as a place that is growing. So while we were there, we grew. We got to a level that the rooms in the building could no longer contain us. We now raised the structure outside. And when we raised the structure, year by year, we moved until we got to Basic 5. I didn't even mention, when we actually moved to that place, the money wasn't enough to now pay for the staff that I employed. And at the time, my husband had to pay the staff salaries. And he instructed me then that was the last time he was going to pay the salaries for us. That if I cannot pay the salary, if the business cannot take care of the salary of the workers, I should quit. I should close the business. And I decided that nothing will make me quit. I held myself from buying anything that will reduce the income coming into the business. So I planned based on what was coming in. And we were able to run with whatever that was coming in. So when we got to Basic 5, like I said, the space was no longer enough. And money was, I must pay the rent. I must pay the rent. Sometimes I would pay like $350, wait until the next day I'll pay $150. That was how I was sharing the money in order to, like, because I'm not the type that love owing. If I had to, like, look for a place to buy, in the midst of looking for a place to buy, the place wasn't forthcoming and the place was no longer enough occupying us. We decided to stay at Basic 5. We didn't move on to secondary school. Okay. That's why we are not where our children are today. My first children, that's why they are not here. Because we could not move to JSS1 when we needed to. They had to go to other schools. Even when there were encouragement from parents then that that they don't want me to send my children out, I should continue with them. But where is the space? There was no space. So along the line, we got this place to buy. Then last year we're going for like 450, but I don't know how God arranged it. We got it for 1.5. When I mean 4.5, not 450, 4.5. But we got 4.5, yes. And where is the money? The money wasn't anywhere. But then we now got it for 1.5. That's God's divine arrangement. After getting it, building was another challenge. No money to build. I had to talk to my husband. We can't continue here, see what is happening. I'm like raising children for other people, other schools. Why not help me? And he decided we lay a foundation. We came here. This place was really low. It was really low. So much was spent on the foundation. We started laying the foundation. Local government came in and asked us to stop. And that was how we stopped. The man too says, until we get the papers of this place, of the building, we cannot continue. Then local government too were like, we cannot use this place for a school because it's one plot. We need a massive land to run a school so that we can't run a school here. I actually looked for people who could help me, you know, get the place registered and move the school to this place to kind of register the building. My husband decided to hold on again. So until somehow, somewhat, one man that came to my school then, Mr. Ota, he's a son of the soil. He decided to help and spoke to some people for us. And we were able to register the school. So we started building. We raised the foundation and brought it to this level. I would say the major challenges here has been finance and the state itself, local government. They are the major challenges here. Because, you know, If you have the money, you can do anything now. The vision, the dream, perseverance, the children, the idea that I wouldn't want to stop what I've started in the lives of these children. That was what kept me moving. The vision of the school as it is like to inculcate morals in the lives of the children and to see them grow academically in a conducive environment. Then you have some Montessori materials that we have sourced. We bought, some carpenters made for us, since the imported ones are expensive, that helps the children to learn. Like when children are learning with like these materials, is Montessori. When people will bring in their children here, they say you used to perform magic. Please perform magic on this, my children. And somehow, somewhat, they see the changes. But I think it's this learn-on things, hands-on things, that is helping those children. And here too, we like encourage independence. We encourage independence. You don't give assignments to children and expect the parents to do it for them. You expect the children to do their assignments themselves. Because if they can't do those assignments themselves, it means that learning wasn't communicated. Learning wasn't done. It wasn't communicated. So if the children cannot do it, if the parents can be true to themselves, they are free to bring back those assignments. And when they bring those assignments back, they will do the assignments in school themselves. The teacher is not going to help them do it. They will still do it themselves. Before you start a business, you should even be sure. Be sure of what you are doing. Because some people start businesses, just jump into it because others are doing. Like there were people who jumped into school because they saw I opened the school and it's growing. They jumped into it, they jumped out. They could not continue. Because first of all, some did not have the dream. They were not called. Because you must be called to something before you do it. You can't just jump into it because somebody is trying groundnut, he's making a lot of gain selling groundnuts. Are you called to selling groundnuts? So you must be called to what you are doing before you do it. You know, I told you it's a vision, it's a dream. But actually, when I had the dream, I didn't know I was going to open a school like this. But somehow, somewhat, because it's a dream that needs to grow, and you start from crutch, you see it growing, isn't it? Yeah. Why? Because I'm consistent. I'm consistent. And because the passion is there. Because the passion is there. I will do everything possible to make sure it grows. I'll do everything possible. So what I want to encourage people, they want to start anything. Start having God as focus. That God can help you in whatever you lay your hands to do. So have God as focus. Have God. And after putting in God first, if you see any challenge coming your way, take it back to God. God, see, I've started this thing. Look at this challenge. Because teachers are also challenged. People you employ to do the work with you, they are also challenged. They are source of challenge. I didn't mention. They are source of challenge because they want to do it their way. But you are the one that saw the dream. You are the one that have the vision. You are the one that knows how you want it to grow. So you put it before them. So you have to encourage those you have employed. Let them see what you have seen. And even if you are the only one there, be consistent in what you are doing. Have that passion for it. Have that eye that you want to see it grow. So that you don't want to start something and is in that level. But another major secret that I must let you know is the power of relationship. The power of relationship. If you open a school, you know that you have to meet a lot of people. You are going to meet with the parents. You are going to meet with the children. And if you ask me, maybe now that we are like this, if not usually, when we were still at the other side and when we just moved in here last year, if you ask me, I will tell you I know every parent that registered their children here, to their names and their faces. I know them, to their names. And there are men that I don't even know. Probably I know only their wives. They've not met me. I've not met them. But we speak on phone. And even if the parents, the mothers attempt to remove their children from school, they will say, I can't remove my child from that school. And the women will ask their husband, what have you even seen in that school that you don't want to remove your child from there? Probably it's the way I speak with them. It's the way I speak with them because I treasure relationships, so I mind my words. I mind my words. Even though they may have had encounter with teachers that have spoken to them in ill manners, when I talk with them, they have a rethink of whatever decision they have taken. So I'm careful the way I talk to people because I want to maintain and build relationship with people. Like if somebody called me that I want to register a child in this school, I will tell you, come. You come to the school. You are free to check the class where you want to bring your child into. You are free to check the class. And if you want to go around the school, you are free, but you'll only go around when the children are not when they are not in class, because you will distract them as a parent if you go in. Then after that, if you ask to go in, I'll allow you to go in. After that, if you want to know what we are doing, we'll tell you this and this is what we do. Then you ask for the price of form, we tell you the price of form, you pick the form, you register the child. Usually we were given the requirements for people to take home, but we discovered that when some people go home with their requirements, they end up not bringing their children. So we'll tell you, if you pay for the form, we'll give you the form, and the form contains the requirements, but we can tell you the price for each class. So if you can afford it, fine. If you want to go home and think about it, you're free to go home and think about it, but you don't go home with the form and the requirements.
Yeah, guys, we are back, and it's been an amazing time with Mrs. Peace, the director of SGR Academy. Yeah, it's been a wonderful time as she shared with us some key values that has helped her stay in her business. She mentioned consistency, perseverance, and then relationships. She said relationship is key. We should all learn to value people, value our network of friends and family. SGR Academy is actually a nice school, not just in the structure, but in everything that is needed to build up a child. You're watching I Am Best TV, and my name is Shedy Elisha. For sponsorship and for collaborations, you can get to us via our contacts on the screen right away. Thank you, and see you next.
SGR friends and family, I am Mrs. Isaiah, staff of SGR Children Academy. A place like home for your child. So if you are looking for a place where we can fix your child's educational right, SGR is the place for you. Why is SGR the ideal school for you? Because it's a place where we have qualified teachers at their various areas and disciplines. SGR is not just a place where we inculcate sound moral values to the child, it's also a place where we follow them morally, spiritually, because, as you all know, the founder is a woman of God. So where that child is not getting it right, bring her to SGR. I will promise you that the child will get you convinced. So this is SGR, and we are open, so give us a try. Bye-bye.